and welcome to You Beauty. This is the daily podcast for your face. I'm Kelly McCarran.
And I am Sarah Marie.
Today, we are talking all things cheek, and I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh.
Sarah
you really
Marie.
are. You got more stuff than me today. You got like so many pieces.
I'm a blush gal.
Yes.
I mean, you know me, more is more is more. I
Mhm.
love product. I love blush. I have always loved blush, even when it's in or out of fashion, because I think that it makes you look young, healthy, youthful, fresh. I love it.
Amazing.
So we're going to sort of talk about our favorite products. We're going to go into detail about methods and little hacks and brushes that we're using.
Yes.
Tell me about your thoughts on blush. Do you love it? Do you hate it?
I actually thought I brought more things than what I did. I must have accidentally put it down, but I use blush to finish my makeup because I think it's nice to have a touch of color.
Otherwise you look a little bit like washed.
We blush a blush. That's like natural, right? It helps your face to have a nice lift and freshness. I contour, I use bronzer and everything, but I always finish off with a touch of blush.
So you finish with the blush?
Yes, I do. I
Okay.
finish with a blush. I am using a cream blush. I always forget that it's nice to put a cream under the powder. So by the time I've remembered, I've already got powder on. Ideally, you're supposed to put your foundation and everything, then your
can make
cream
your own
blush.
molds,
But
though.
yeah, like I make it work, right? So the blush I'm currently obsessed with, I literally only opened it from the box the other day and I had it for I don't even know how long. It's the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Blush.
Ooh.
This is the Corsica, which is really nice on my skin tone.
It's like a peachy, terracotta-y.
Yeah, like a terracotta, peachy, pinky brown. Like it's a bit of a mix. And I think it lasts so long. It's got a really lovely glow, which you'll love. You're all about glow. I had my makeup on the other day and it was so matte. I was like, I just needed something. I had accidentally put on too much concealer. And I was like, whoa, okay, my whole face is basically concealed right now. So I had to set it with a lot of powder because otherwise it was going to move. And I put this on and it saved my makeup. I put it on my cheeks. I put a touch on my nose. I put a touch on my eyebrows. When I'm using a cream blush, I use this brush here. This is a Zoeva one. It's, I think, one of actually their foundation or base ones, but it's an angle and it's flat. I'm sure there's probably nicer ones.
But that's what you like, and that's
this is what
works
I
for you.
found been work. Yeah, I feel like I've got more control because it's kind of like stiff but soft at the same time.
Yes.
I put the cream blush on the back of my hand. Makeup artist life, I don't put product directly on my face.
That is the most makeup artist thing you've said.
100%, because I hate when I see, and they're like putting everything directly on your face. For what? Like for what? So it can just mark and sit on your face.
I do that.
It will never blend as nice as you want unless.
I'm quick.
Oh, but you're quick. I was going to say.
Fast.
Yeah, you are very fast. You'd have to be so fast.
Oh yeah. Otherwise, it literally does stay on
It
your
will
face.
stay on your face. So I put it on my hand. I press it on my hand. Actually, I'll just show you how I do. I did wash the brush though because I thought
They're really nice and clean compared to mine over here.
they're wet still.
Oh.
Because I
Committed.
thought, oh, they're so dirty. You can't actually see what the brush looks like. So hopefully it does work as well. So let's say I put about that much.
Oh my God, and that's the amount that you would use.
Yes. I press that into
That's why
the
your
brush.
makeup looks more natural.
Yes, because I don't like too much blush.
I do. I like to look like clown
Yeah, I've
vibe.
had to learn to apply a bit more blush. Just sometimes I'd go out in the evening and I was like, whoa, I'm so washed out. So I added a bit more blush. So I press it onto my hand so that it covers the entire brush before I put it onto my face so that it's even. Otherwise, if you put a dot, it's just like dot, dot, dot. Then I start on the cheekbone, right? Just in case there's too much on the outer part. And I just pat that in. I start one side at a time. I don't do both sides. Today I did both sides. I instantly regretted it. I shared it on my stories. I had to like go into damage control. I had to get my wet sponge out. I had to like get powder. I had to get bronzer. I thought that was a risk. It worked. I really had to make this work. It was like a line. So one cheek at a time, pressing it on and just building it up like that. And then I kind of smile and just put a touch on the apples. I put whatever's left, a touch on my nose, and then a little bit on the eyes just so it kind of has a really nice.
All seamless.
Yeah. Just kind of like fresh, all around freshness. And I do think it's strong enough for you to actually use it strong for evening.
Okay.
You can. It says moisturizing blush, but it's not transparent.
Yeah.
It is a really nice
And
pigment.
I guess you could build it up.
Absolutely. If anything, you have to work it down.
Okay.
You can make it really strong straight away.
Yep.
Like I had to build this down because I had accidentally put too much on.
Too much on.
Yep. And it was really nice. I really love it. Another product that I have is this is a Fenty cream. It's called Cheeks Out 03 Macchiato, and it's a cream bronzer.
Ooh, that is
Really?
such a nice color.
It's a beautiful shade. It works so well. You can use this with your fingers if you want. And I'm not a person who likes to use my fingers with blending. I usually use a brush like this. I wish I could tell you where this is from.
It's rubbed. Yep.
Yeah, it's a no-name brand, but I know Zoeva does have the exact same brush. I use that to blend it through because it's a cream. You can like massage back and forth, go in circles, pat it through. I use that brush to kind of build that up.
Mm-hmm. Do you once again put it on your hand first, or do you just go straight brush in pan?
Brush in there, then I press it onto my hand.
Oh my God. Okay.
I always use my hand because it's just what
It's a makeup artist thing.
It's a makeup artist thing, right?
That's what people playing along at home should do.
Yes, exactly. You don't look at the videos. The videos sometimes are just for fun. Everything's slapped it on, right? You know what's really sad?
Unless you're fast like me.
Yeah, oh, yes, exactly. But you know what's really sad? We need like a moment of silence for this cream blush.
What, does it no longer exist?
No, it does still exist. When I opened it today, it had mold in it.
How long have you had it for?
I think what happened was Leon found it, and when he stuck his fingers in it, I didn't realize he had food on his hands.
Oh, yuck.
Yes, and so because it's a cream blush, I closed it, cleaned his hands of the makeup and put it away. And so when I went to use it today, I saw 2 spots and I wasn't sure if it was mold or if it was eyeshadow. And it kind of was like a bit dark.
Can't you just
and
them off?
I wiped it. Look, I wiped it clean.
Yeah, I reckon.
But like once mold's in something, it's in something. So I'm not going to risk putting it on my face anymore. But look how full it is.
That's so... Could you not just scrape the top layer off?
It's mold.
Okay.
If it's possibly mold, it's not worth it. So it's like when you break your very favorite eyeshadow palette.
Very expensive.
Expensive compact, and it breaks your soul.
That
but
is
with powder, at
devastating.
least you can, there's a trick you can do with alcohol
Yes.
where you spray it and you can compact it down. But cream is cream.
There's nothing you can do.
Nothing. And it might not be mold, but let's say I put that on my face, it can cause infection on your
You could
face.
get like golden stuff on your face from that.
Yeah, it's so
Not good.
heartbreaking. But I mean, outside of Leon destroying my gorgeous cream Fenty Cheeks Out bronzer.
Good excuse to go to Sephora.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to buy another one. Oh my God,
Shame.
I just realized that it's still got the
You don't even
it's still got the plastic on the mirror.
Oh my God,
That's
you
how
haven't
n-
even done that satisfying thing of peeling it off?
Oh, I might as well now because I'm going to have to throw this.
Beautiful.
You can't save it because of the mold.
Mm.
And it's not because Fenty, it's, not safe and it gets moldy.
No, it was
it's not,
Leon.
Yeah, it's not a Fenty issue. It seals really well. It's a good case if you drop it. It's gorgeous. But yeah, Leon has ruined, this is one of the many things he's ruined. But food, man, who gets food? I never even thought that was a possibility.
What's your big fluffy? You've got one more product here, and it's a big fluffy brush.
Okay, so.
Angled big fluffy brush.
Yeah, I thought I would bring this in because
She's a beauty.
I use this for blush, for bronzer, and for contour, as long as it's powder related.
Uh-huh.
I use the same brush. I don't change my brush up.
Ah.
If I'm using blush, I do. But
Yep.
like contour and bronzer, I use the same brush. It's an It Cosmetics brush. It's an angled, fluffy blush brush.
Beautiful.
And so if I'm using it for contour, for example, you're pressing it on the contour areas I was talking about. You can wipe it. It's fluffy enough not to be too compact for your product, like the color, the pigment. When I'm contouring my nose, I squeeze it like
Yes.
this, and it is perfect for your nose up to the eyes. And then I squeeze it and put that on my eyes because it's like the perfect
Yeah.
eye socket brush.
It's a beautiful brush.
I
don't like that weird thing in the middle, but it's a beautiful brush.
It's a really oddly placed weird thing.
Like-
Do you know how old this is, man? It's old. It's older than my kids.
Well,
look how good the
a good
quality
makeup
is.
brush, though, you don't need to get rid of them unless, like, that you shouldn't have
the
to.
handle, if
Mm.
anything, the rubber on the handle's starting to get sticky, but like the brush itself, the bristles are great.
Yeah.
Again, I did wash this, but it's already dry actually. It dries really well.
Mm.
I use this all the time. It's like my must have. So if I am leaving the house and I really just need 2 brushes or 1 brush, this will be one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I generally start with a contour.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, sometimes I'll even warm up my face, but I didn't bring that product in. So I usually use a stick contour, so a stick cream product, and I just draw straight on my face, which gives some people a heart attack. So,
Well, that's not too bad though, because I've got the NARS one of a stick contour, and I've used the Sephora brand before, and it's really actually one of the products that, if it's creamy enough,
if it's
you
creamy
can
enough,
put it on your cheek.
because they blend.
Yes,
and
exactly.
they shouldn't stain.
Yes.
So I draw in the hollow of my cheek
Mm-hmm.
or a little bit above, around the outer perimeter of my forehead, on the sides of my nose, and then across my jawline. And then I use my Home Beauty. Isn't it so funny? Everyone has like such different
Nice looking brush.
preferences for how they use to blend things. This is the Home Beauty number 3.
That's actually
brush.
a lovely looking brush.
It is so good. It's just like the perfect density, I just love it. To blend out the harsh edges of that. Then I go in with, I'll generally do like a highlight and a blush.
Mm-hmm.
So I just draw it straight on my face once again. This is the Rare Beauty. So I really, really love the Rare Beauty products. However, they're not beginner friendly.
Okay.
It is so pigmented, Sarah Marie. Like, honestly, it's very intense. I'm going to
This
do
glowy one looks amazing.
this glow one. So what I do is I draw like a smear on my cheek. I'm very slap hazard, if you haven't guessed. So I do a smear of the highlight, which is Transcend
That's like a rosy color.
liquid. I mean, it's just the one that I have. So I
It's
would use
perfect for your
anything.
skin shade though, that color.
And then this one's shade Happy, but any shade will do. When you see the pigment though, definitely not beginner friendly, but it's going to last you a very long time. So I'll do a bit of that
Together.
over the top while it's still on my cheek. Then I'm a huge Rare Beauty cheek person. I get the actual brush from the Rare Beauty range because it's like this angled, it is perfectly shaped for your cheek. And then I just like mush them together on my cheek.
It's gorgeous. That's actually really pretty. I actually really bloody love that brush.
Oh, this brush.
I think I'm going to buy that brush.
Oh, my goodness.
Can I have a look at
bit
it?
disappointing, though. I did purchase a second one and all the hairs came out.
Oh, no, don't say
and
that.
I'd gotten rid of the receipt. So but this one's fine.
So maybe that one was just faulty then.
Hopefully. I should have kept the receipt so I didn't, so I could have like taken it back because surely I didn't do anything to it. But yeah, that's how I make a little blush. And then it's like really glowy, really pigmented, but you can see how pigmented it is.
You're right. It is not user
It's not beginner friendly.
You would need to.
Because it dries quickly.
See, for someone who's going to use this who's not used to blush, you have to use the hand palette.
I just put it all over my cheek area, literally from pretty much the side of my nose. I go all the way up because I'm a more is more person and I love colour.
Is this what you're wearing today?
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Wait, no, it's not.
Really?
I lie. It's not, but it's similar.
Because I was going to say, it looks the
It's very similar.
Yeah.
Then I go in with my powder product. So I'll set everything. So my favorite powder bronzer is probably Hoola Bronzer by Benefit. This is how used this is. I also really love the brush that it comes with, and I never, ever like the brush that comes with a product. But this one is just so perfect at getting that contour of the cheek, like really sort of blending that bronzer in. And then I will also go in with, because otherwise I don't want it to be too harsh, like, stage makeup-y vibes. So then I'll just go in with a bigger, fluffier brush. This one's from Revlon. It's the blush bronzer brush to sort of more blend it out, just to use a bit more of a aggressive sweeping motion so that it's not too harsh, the lines. Then with my cheeks, I've just bought a Rare Beauty powder in. I found this brush at Kmart and it's so good. It's my favorite blush brush. It's literally just, the thing's gone, but it was called Powder Brush, I think. It was $3.
So the name is $3. $3.
$3.
I love the name's very on the nose. Hey, powder brush.
I just dip it straight in there and then go straight into the apple of my cheek and sweep it upwards in one motion. Like I'll just go just to set it. And that's all I do with that. Then if I'm wanting to add a little bit more of a zhuzh with my highlighter, I go in with just a touch of powder highlight. This one is the Becca Champagne Pop, Becca Smashbox Shimmering Skin Perfector. And I use the Charlotte Tilbury powder and sculpt brush just to like pat a little bit of it. It's a champagne-y color on the upper portion of my cheekbone, like the highest point of my cheekbone, and then maybe like the tip of my nose, then maybe my collarbones, and then, just depends how much fun I'm having with my makeup at the time. And that's it. But I love, 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 love cheek like powder, having fun with that because I don't know. I don't think enough people like play around with that area. People are so scared of blush.
Yeah, I think so. Like someone like me, I'm not scared of blush per se, but it has to be right for me and like creamy. I love that you've got Champagne Pop because that was a viral product back in the day.
Wasn't it? Jaclyn Hill, an
Jaclyn
OG makeup
Hill.
influencer.
So it was viral.
Smashbox have brought it back out. Maybe it's not called Champagne Pop.
Open it.
It's definitely Champagne Pop.
Oh, it's
though.
Champagne Pop. Yeah, 100%.
I think maybe because of legalities they couldn't call it that, but it's like just like the perfect champagne color.
Yeah.
And it's a huge pan, so it lasts forever.
Yeah, absolutely. And you don't use that much because it is so pigmented.
Oh my gosh.
Really
and,
only use a little bit.
Like I'm a huge fan of Tin Man, but not too Tin Man.
Yeah, Champagne Pop's different. It's
It's grown up.
It's like a shimmery
but not
highlight,
glittery.
but not glittery.
Exactly.
Whereas your cream blush, the
cream highlight.
The cream highlight you have there, it's got a nice glow.
It does.
That's what I love about it. It's like you can probably mix that a little in a foundation or put it like, that's really pretty.
It's beautiful. I love that product so much. It's also huge, so it lasts forever.
My tip, and I think it's just coming from this app, get yourself fluffy brushes. I think you cannot go wrong with applying eyeshadow, foundation, blush, contour. You can't go wrong if you've got a fluffy brush. Anything I think that's really sharp and stuff, it's not blend and user friendly. You can really build up with a fluffy brush, and always for me, my opinion, always pat products on the back of your hand before you put it on your face if you're worried about having too much pigment or how it's going to look on your face. Always use the back of your hand.
My tip would be to have fun with blush and not be afraid of it. I think that if you're not someone that typically wears like a nice bright color on your cheeks, try it one day and you'll be shocked at how many compliments you get. People will be like, you might be a little bit insulted because people will be like, did you get heaps of sleep or have sex last night because you are glowing? But it's like, no, I actually just look like, I guess because you look a bit flushed, and I personally am like a little bit too much is okay.
Yeah.
Because you'll just look like you've just gone for a jog, except not sweaty.
It does wake you up.
Exactly.
And I love all right, I know that there's always this like viral things and people are using people have blush blindness right now. When I say blush blindness, I don't mean by like what you're doing. I mean like they've been putting blush on their nose from their cheek up to their nose like it's a sunburn.
We're not into sunburn.
No, I don't personally love that look because it's just too sunburny, but I love
a little bit.
A little on the nose. Like part of that trend was it started with a little on the nose.
Yeah.
I love that.
Because it also then that makes everything just really tie in nicely together and look like it's this synergy with your makeup.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of the people doing that trend have this gorgeous face, and I'm like, you're hiding your face.
Exactly. You just look like you've been sitting in the sun, you silly belly.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all the time that we have for today. Honestly, Sarah Marie and I could sit here and talk about blush for hours, but we won't. But we'll be back in your ears next week. And in the meantime, please rate and review us.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.